it's not so much the school part. I have quibbles there, but it's the professional part. When you say professional school, what's the big job fair that they throw every year? OCI. What does OCI stand for? If you don't, just shout it out.
On campus interview.
So right away we're starting with a fucking lie. UCLA has 87 buildings. I made that number up, but it's a lot of fucking buildings. On over 400 acres of land, and when we want to have an event that's actually called on campus, they shuttle us off 1 mile off campus to a fucking round random hotel on the 405 that doesn't even have any fucking air conditioning for some ridiculous reason, and we're there in the first week of August. These fucking cylindrical, like, ridiculous, there's absurdly cylindrical. Why is this hotel? There's no reason. And we're all of these like law firms, they rent out the rooms, all of the rooms on the 15th and 16th floor of this oddly shaped hotel. Which means we are literally interviewing for jobs with a starting salary of $180,000 in fucking bedrooms. Everybody who's gone to OCI has their favorite OCI story. So as our time hits the home stretch, I'm going to share with you mine. So this is an interview with my #1 firm. And it was my #1 firm, actually going back a while, even before law school, which is unusual. Before then, I didn't know hardly any of the names of these firms that we interview with, but I knew this one. In my work as a paralegal, I had done work with them, and I knew that they worked in the field that I wanted. That was the one. A career counselor told me, you have a 0.0%, approximately 0.0%, up or down a few, could be negative, but you would not be wise to make this your #1 choice in the lottery, whatever. I'm like, I want that to be my #1 choice. You can put 2 through 20, whatever fucking law firms you want to put, but for #1, I want this firm. I said, okay. So I got it. I got the interview, and they, as virtually all of you, but not all of you know, have these 20-minute speed dating intervals where you go in and you talk to the same people about the same shit, and you have the same questions that you rehearse that you literally don't give a shit what the answer to is. The only question you care about is what your drug test policy is. And we all wait for these interview slots in front of their doors, in front of these hotel room doors, all of them, in a circle. And it makes sense to us at the time because we're in it. But God forbid you should be one of those like random tourists who accidentally comes onto the 15th or 16th floors and looks around, is like, why are all these flight attendants mad dogging the doors? Because we look pretty absurd. And so there's always, every 20 minutes, there's always this 1 minute of chaos where the doors, all of them, open at the same time. And there's a lot of like, oh, thanks so much, thank you, goodbye, hello, hello, oh, so, come on in. And then doors close, and that's it for another 19 minutes. So I was waiting my turn, and then all of the doors opened at once, and that 1 minute of chaos ensued, except for my door. My door did not open. And I decided, just to be on the safe side, I was going to keep the smile that I had developed over that week. It's a patented smile. I'll share it with you now. It's basically, it's saying like, I'm really interested in your firm, but not in a stalkerish kind of way. I'm fun, if fun is working 100 hours a week in front of a computer. It's this. I kept that going for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 7 minutes in. 7 minutes in. I'm starting to get people from the next group coming over and wondering, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just hanging out here. Finally, 7 minutes in, the door opens, and I hear the worst possible sound that anyone could possibly hear when you're waiting for an interview from the previous interviewee. The sound of joy. There was so much joy. They were laughing so much. Just enjoying each other's company. Like old friends. And as the previous person walked by me, they said, "They're amazing." Well, I've got 13 minutes to find out. So. Then my gaze turned back to the door, which was still ajar. There's 2 interviewers, a man and a woman. The man gives me this signal. Now I want to be precise, because precision is important. This is the symbol he gave me. Now maybe it was the 7 minutes late, "What the fuck are you doing?" that was talking, but for some reason I interpreted this to mean, "Oh my God, Tal, we are so sorry. We want to make it up to you. Run to us, Tal. Run to us. Run like the wind, Tal. Jump into our arms. Let's talk about how we can make you a summer partner. Get you on the summer partner track." In fact, what he meant was 1 minute. 1 minute. Notice how my hand changed. It changed because this is fucking 1 minute. This is dinner is served. I don't know what this is. But I took it as a green light. And I walked right to the door. And the door started to come. But it's still, maybe I'm not cut out for the law, because I didn't fucking get it. I still didn't think, my actual thought process was, well, they probably retreated to the room awaiting me, and the natural, movement of the door is to go shut, so I'll just push the door ever so gently, but professionally, firmly, but professionally, but gently, but fun, but working 100 hours a week. Just communicating all of that in my push. And so I went to push the door, and as soon as I touched the door, there was tension. And that's when the female interviewer poked her head out and said, "1 minute, and slammed the door in her face." So it was at that moment when I said to myself, mixed start. Mixed start. So I did go in. And you know the old saying, time flies when you're having fun. I noticed it also flies when you have 11 and a half minutes regardless. Regardless of the fun. We did not have a great deal of time to get to know each other very well. But I did tell the story that I actually told you guys earlier this evening about coming into law school way too cocky and thinking that I was going to be the 1% and 2% and then wondering if I would graduate. And they loved that story. They thought it was hilarious. And I thought, I've got them eating out of the palm of my hand. This is amazing. They loved this story. And it wasn't until much later that I realized we're all sharing a laugh over how I fucked up my 1L year. Maybe that wasn't the story to lead with, and that maybe a better time would have been if they liked me and they had me come for a second interview, which, by the way, they don't call a second interview. Like every other normal fucking office in the world, they call it a callback. A callback, like like this is fucking 1985 and I'm Antonio Banderas reading for a small supporting role in Miami Vice. What is with this, like, callback? We're not fucking models or actors or whatever. Anyways, so we get to the end of this interview, and at the end, the guy asks me, so what can we do for you? So now, being quick on my feet, and being the master improviser that I am, I responded, what? Yeah, how can we help you? How can you help me? What can you do? Why do you think I'm here? Why do you think you're here? Why do you think any of us are here? Why do you think I'm here sitting with you in a bedroom 3 feet away from some cum-stained bedsheets? In the middle of fucking August in the summer in LA with no air conditioning in a cylindrical hotel on the 16th floor with a bunch of fans that do nothing while I sit here in a wool suit that I bought for $50 from JCPenney that I'll be using tonight as a sham wall. But that's not what I said. What I said was, nothing, I'm here for the flight attendants convention.